Hello guys, and welcome back to my video series on programming with modern FORTRAN. So in this video we are going to be looking at two basic concepts. Number one, the sqrt inbuilt function, and then number two, how to prompt users for values, okay, or for inputs. So as usual, let's move down to our Plateau IDE and see what we can do. Now in the last video, we go to program to compute the area of a triangle using Aaron's formula, and this was what we wrote then. Here we declared all the variables to be real, and then we're getting the values of a, b, and c. We tried to look for the value of s, we computed the area, then printed out the area to the user. So let's try to run this again and see what we have. So if I build this and then I try to run, start run, let's see what we have. So you're just going to see a cursor blinking. Okay, the cursor is blinking because of the read statement we have. So it's actually waiting for me to input values. So let's say I input 2, 3, and then 4. So it's giving me the value as 2.90474. That's what we have. But now when the cursor was blinking, we didn't have any idea. If you had not read the codes, you wouldn't have any idea what the program is actually asking you for. So that's the number one thing we want to take care of: how to give that user that prompt saying, okay, this is what I want from you, this is what I expect from you. Okay, so for us to do that, first we are going to split this into 3 different areas. So I will say the first line should just read in A. I want to read in B in the next line, so this line should read in B. The third line should read in C. This is going to work fine like the previous case. So if I still go ahead and run, it's still going to be just like the previous one, no change right now. So it's still going to ask me, I'm still going to see just the cursor blinking, and then I'll put in values of A, B, and C. It's going to work out like the previous case. So this is not what we really want to achieve. So what we want to achieve is, how do we make sure that the user knows what is entering values for? So for us to do that, we'll have a write statement before each statement. So I can have a write statement here, or rather I can use a print statement. So this is going to be a prompt. I'll tell the user to enter the value of A. Okay, so here I'm asking the user to enter the value of A. So I'll copy this, do the same thing for the value of B. So this is coming before B, so enter the value of B. Then I have enter the value of C, so I'll change this to B, and then I'll change this to C. So now once the user sees this, the user knows what it's trying to input values for. Okay, so let's run this again. So it's going to ask me to rebuild. Yes, I'm going to rebuild, and then let's see what we have. Okay, so now you can see what we have here. Enter the value of A. So I can say, okay, A is 3. Enter the value of B. B is 2. Enter the value of C, and C is 4. So now we have the value of the area to be that. So that is for we trying to prompt the user, giving the user a lovely message so that the user would know what he or she is trying to input. Just imagine you going to the ATM and then you see an empty or a blank, what's it called, a blank box waiting for you to input something, and then there is no prompt telling you, okay, I want your password, I want your name, I want your date of birth. You just see an empty a blank box, and this is the first time you going to the ATM. You might be confused as to what they're asking from you. That's the reason we always want that prompt there telling us, okay, this is what is expected of us. So that's the first part. This is what you use. You just put a print statement or a write statement above each line and take care of that. Secondly, we want to see how we can do away with this double asterisk 0.5, which is the square root of. So instead of using this, you can use an inbuilt function. An inbuilt function is simply a function that it's built into FORTRAN or into a programming language, but it's meant to perform just a particular task. So for the sqrt, which is an inbuilt function, it takes a value and then looks for the square root of that value. Okay, so that's what the sqrt function does. So just to illustrate that, I'm going to comment all of this. I'll comment all of this. Let's just comment all of this, then I will illustrate what the sqrt function actually does. Okay, so let me just explain what it actually does. So what it does is this. If I go ahead and say, okay, I want to print asterisk sqrt of 25, is going to give me a square root of 25, which is going to be 5. So let's run that. So sqrt of 25, hopefully that will work out fine. And then we have, okay, we have an error. So what's the error for? So 25.0, I think so. Okay, let's do that. So the sqrt function, it takes in a real value. Okay, then I was giving it an integer. That's the reason it was giving me an error. So I had to give it a real value for it to work. So you can see it's giving me the result as 5.0000. Okay, so I can try it with another value. So let's try it another value. This time around, let's say give us sqrt of 100. So 100 is not going to work out, so I have to say 100.0. So it's going to give me the result as 10. So if I run this and then wait for it for a while, our result should hopefully be 10. Okay, that works out fine. That's 10. So let's try it with something that is not a perfect square. So let's say sqrt of 12. So we're expecting our result to be 3 point something, and let's see if that is going to work out fine. So yes, we got the result to be 3.464 approximately. Okay, so that's how the sqrt function works. So this is what we want to use in modifying our program. So for us to use to modify our program, all we need to do, I'm going to undo all of this. I'll just undo everything we've done so far. Okay, and then here I'll say, okay, this should be sqrt of everything I have here. So you can see all of these I have here, they fall within this parentheses. So functions always have this parentheses. Okay, it's part of their definition. Okay, part of their signature. We have a chapter especially dedicated to just functions. I won't move there. You understand more as to how they build these functions. Okay, so that's it guys for this video. But first, before I will end this video, let me just run this and then let's see that it's working fine. So if we run this now, let's see, we have entered the value of a, let's see, 2, 3, 4, and then the values. Okay, that's working fine. So that's where we are going to end this video guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video where we are still going to look out for a question to solve. Okay, bye bye.